All right, let's just get this out of the way. This isn't science fiction anymore. Artificial intelligence, it's here, right now, in India, and it's about to kick off one of the biggest economic shakeups the country has ever seen. We're talking about a complete rewiring of the industries that, basically built modern India.
And the numbers? Wow. They are absolutely staggering. We're looking at anywhere from 10 to 30 million jobs in India facing displacement by 2030. Let that sink in for a second. This isn't just a little tremor, you guys. This is a full-blown economic earthquake that's going to reshape the entire landscape.
So that brings us to the big central question we really need to tackle in this explainer. For decades, India has been this global tech powerhouse, right? The dream. But is that dream about to turn into, well, a bit of a nightmare?
Okay, so let's dive into the most immediate threat. People are calling it the Great Displacement, and it's a direct hit on India's reputation as the world's back office. That title it worked so hard to earn, The engine room for basically the whole world's tech services.
And look, this isn't some abstract thing that might happen. It's happening right now. You've got AI tools just churning out basic code, which puts those junior developer jobs in a really tough spot. Automated systems, they're already handling like 80% of routine quality testing. And those chatbots, they're so good now, they're taking care of most of the basic support questions. This isn't the future, people. This is today. And you'd better believe the big companies are already reacting. We're seeing India's biggest IT employers making massive moves. TCS, for example, is talking about huge productivity boosts from AI, which, translates to job cuts. At the same time, Infosys has just slammed the brakes on campus hiring, slashing it, and instead they're pouring everything into reskilling the people they already have. The message here is crystal clear. The old way of hiring is over. These shockwaves aren't just hitting IT either. They're crashing right into the BPO sector, an industry that employs millions and millions of people. I mean, think about it. You've got AI voice clones now that can mimic human accents so well, it's kind of scary. And manual data entry, yeah, that's pretty much on its way to becoming a museum piece thanks to automation. And the potential hit here is just enormous. We're talking a projected cut of 30 to 50% of the workforce. Now remember, this is an industry with 4.5 million people. So do the math. That is a massive, monumental shift, both socially and economically. The disruption here is hitting everywhere. Okay, but it's not all doom and gloom, not at all. Because while this wave is washing away old jobs, it's also clearing the ground for something brand new. A whole new landscape of opportunity is popping up. This is the other side of the story, the other side of the AI coin, the rise of a new kind of workforce, one that's resilient and uniquely human.
So the shift is pretty easy to see, right? On one side, you got all the routine, predictable stuff that AI is getting really good at. But on the other side, that's where the new jobs are. The roles that need things only humans can do well. Real critical thinking, big picture strategy, empathy, creativity. The future isn't about trying to outwork a machine. No way. It's about being brilliant at the things machines just can't do. Like, yeah, an AI can help a doctor diagnose something, but it can't provide the empathy. It can analyze legal data, but it takes a human to make the final judgment call.
Okay, let's make this real. Have you heard of a prompt engineer? This is one of the hottest new jobs out there. You can basically think of them as an AI whisperer. They're the experts who know exactly how to talk to an AI, what words to use, how to structure a question, to get the absolute best results. It's a job that literally did not exist just a few years ago. Crazy, right?
And these new jobs aren't just some little niche thing. They pay, and they pay well. We're seeing reports that a good prompt engineer in India can make up to 1.2 crore rupees a year. Now that is a serious reason to learn some new skills, don't you think?
But, and there's always a but, right? Here's the catch. The demand for people with these skills is just exploding. And the supply? It's nowhere close. India needs 1 million AI pros by 2026. Right now, we've only got enough talent to fill about 20% of those jobs. So you see, this huge gap is both a massive challenge and, if we play our cards right, an absolutely incredible opportunity.
So what does this all add up to? Well, it means India is standing at a major crossroads, a real turning point, and there are two very, very different paths forward. The one we take will depend entirely on the choices we make, like right now, in the next few years.
And let me tell you, the stakes could not be higher. Picture this. Future number one. India grabs this AI thing by the horns, becomes a global hub for innovation, sees its GDP soar, and brings in billions in investment. Awesome, right? Now picture future number two. We fail to adapt. What happens? Mass unemployment, especially for young people, social unrest, and India's reputation as a tech leader, it starts to crumble. The path we choose right now isn't just about the next few years. It's going to define the entire century. So the big question is, how does India get to that awesome, optimistic future? Well, the good news is it has some serious aces up its sleeve. First, its massive population. That's not just a number. It's a goldmine of data for training AI models. And second, its talent. Let's be real, Indian engineers are legendary. They're already powering almost a third of the AI teams in Silicon Valley. But there's a huge problem that could derail all this potential: brain drain. It's a staggering number. 40% of India's top AI talent leaves the country for better opportunities elsewhere. If India wants to win this global AI race, it has to figure out how to keep that talent at home. That means building an ecosystem that's just as good, if not better, than anywhere else in the world. It's absolutely critical. Okay, so what's the game plan? What's the path forward? Well, there's actually a pretty clear blueprint for how to navigate this moment. And let's be clear, it's not about trying to stop AI. That ship has sailed. It's all about steering it in the right direction. The whole strategy really comes down to three main things. First up, education. And I mean a total overhaul. We're not just talking about adding an AI class in college. We're talking about teaching AI literacy starting in primary school and at the same time launching huge upskilling programs for everyone who's already working. Second, infrastructure. You got to invest big time. AI needs two things: data and power. So building national computing grids and our own chip industry, that's non-negotiable. And third, smart rules. We need regulations that help startups grow and innovate, but that also make sure AI is being built and used responsibly. And really, all of this comes back to one core idea, a philosophy that has to be behind every single decision we make. The goal here isn't just to build faster, smarter machines. The real goal is to create tools that make us better. Tools that amplify our creativity, our intelligence, our empathy. It's about augmenting what it means to be human, not making us obsolete. So we're kind of back where we started, but now we have a much clearer idea of what's at stake, right? The choices that get made in the next 5 years, by the government, by companies, by all of us, they won't just shape the next decade. They are going to define India's entire century. So the final question, the one that's left for everyone to think about, is pretty simple. Which future are we going to choose?